Hi folks, welcome. If you're joining us on YouTube, it's really good to have you with us and joining together. In a moment, I'm just going to let everybody in to the Zoom meeting. Yes, if you're watching this on catch up in your own time, then it's equally good to have you with us whenever it might be that you're watching this. This evening we're going to concentrate on those two pieces. So you ran to me, but also going to be having a look at Over My Head as well. So that's going to be our focus for this evening. So I hope you have a good time with us. Right, what I'll do, I'll let everybody in, and I'm sure we'll have a little natter before we start. Here they all come, which is good news. Hi folks, welcome. Lovely to see you all. I was trying it differently again trying it the same as last week, which was differently to previously. That I've just been saying hi to the folks who are joining us on YouTube, and hopefully that was worked okay for that. But it's really good to have you with us on Zoom too. And I was just saying that we're going to be focusing this evening on You Ran to Me and Over My Head. Hi Enid. Or You Ran to Me Over My Head, which is sounds somewhat unpleasant, but there we go. So that's going to be our fun for this evening. So I'm really looking forward to diving into it. So what we'll do, I'll keep an eye on the Zoom participants as we go, because I'm sure people will be wanting to join us along the way. We'll get ourselves warmed up. Hopefully you can be able to hear me a bit clearer this evening. Apologies for those who last week struggled with the sound a bit, but hopefully there shouldn't be any problems this week. But you know, it's the kind of thing you don't say, isn't it? But we'll wait and see. But hopefully you should be able to hear the piano fairly clearly and me fairly clearly too. Excellent, getting some thumbs up. So we're just going to start by just ensuring we're sat beautifully and tall. Do you know, it's a funny thing. I've since doing rehearsals in person in the last couple of weeks, I've realised how when we're used to singing sat at home, we can kind of be a bit comfy. But so do you just find yourself in a nice upright position? Think about being really good and tall. Think about the sound rising up through the spine and out the top of the head, and that kind of upwards direction as we go. So let's just sing, please. Going to go down the scale now, and I'd like to think about it being round and warm with the ooh. Ooh, all the way down the scale, but all the time thinking about the length of the sound. There's a lovely long line, and thinking about the warmth and the shape of the vowel there. Ooh, so never too narrow, ooh, nor too neutral in the face. Ooh, but nice and round and warm. Ooh. Okay. So let's give that a go. 3 and ooh. this time, a lovely broad R. Ah. Thinking about the space that you're making there, like a cathedral in the mouth. 3 and Trevor, it sounds like you're struggling with the sound. I'm sorry about that. Although, if you're struggling with the sound, you no doubt can't hear me say that. So it's probably not dreadfully helpful, I'm afraid. Well, let's hope Trevor might be able to have a bit more joy in a moment. Right, okay. Let's leave our one there. I'm sorry, that's short and swift. But this evening, I really want to get diving into Over My Head. So let's have a quick look at this. I'll pop it on the screen for you to see all of the run-through videos, the MP3s, and all of that. They're on the website. So any problems, do shout, but you should be able to find them all there now. You Ran to Me isn't up there yet. Right, okay. Let's leave it on there. I'm sorry, that's short and swift. But this evening, I really want to myself. What a situation to be in. Okay. I made myself lose my train of thought hearing myself twice. So. Yeah, You Ran to Me is gonna be going up this week, and but I just want to explain a little bit about the different videos that you'll find. So I'll come to it. But for now, let's have a look at Over My Head, and just a quick reminder that this starts nice and solidly, if soulfully, and Sopranos on the tune. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay. So Sopranos. Lovely and straightforward for you. Basses, let's have a look at your part. Can you start on the same note as the Sopranos? Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay. Tenors. Why do we sing tenors and basses together? So I'll play the bass part and sing the tenor part. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay. And finally, altos. Let's have a go. 1, 2. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my beg your pardon. Head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay, so that's all of our parts. So what we're going to do is let's do it with the track, and we'll sing all together with that, with the harmony at the beginning. Now the video you'll see here is the same video that we'll record to. You notice there's not me counting you in. But you'll hear your own notes when you come to do your own parts. You'll helpfully, because there's no introduction to this, it comes straight in with the choir. So you'll hear something like, "This is your note," or something like that. So it sings on your pitch.
I'm going to have to.
Now, Trevor, we can hear you, but it seems like you might not be able to hear us, which I'm sorry about. Yeah. But hopefully you might catch us on YouTube if Zoom's not working out for you. Okay.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Ready to clap on beat 4. Here
That's
we go.
the usual clap.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so here we go.
Ready, sing.
Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere.
Carry on.
Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere.
Okay, sorry to stop it there. What we're going to do, hopefully that all made sense. And you'll notice here the second verse, we're all in unison together. But what I'd like to do throughout this, and particularly when we get our groove on, our gospel groove at bar 15, is to ensure all the long notes are lovely and fruity and there's lots of voice put on them. So... Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. So, notes like head, we're going to ensure they're really good and long. And then when we come to this section here at bar 31, there must be a joy somewhere. So you're going to really ensure wherever there's these rests that there's a little bit of daylight sneaking through. There must be a joy. And then we can enjoy the joy. There must be a joy somewhere. And now, for anybody who sings in a choral society or something similar, we're going to be rather naughty here. and on somewhere, rather than singing on our vowel like I spend most of my life encouraging singers to do, actually we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to sing on the There must be a joy somewhere, somewhere. Okay. So why don't we just try I hear... Actually, let's just go from here. Over my head. So that's bar 26. Over my 1, 2. Over my head. I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay. Great. Why don't we just try the whole of that verse once more, and just put all those things into practice. Let me see if we can get the video track in the right place for you.
There must be a joy
Lovely long held note, and then short sharp.
over my head. I hear music in the air. Over my head. I hear music in the air. Over my head. I hear music in the
Any lines?
air. There must be a joy somewhere.
Now, same harmonies as verse 1.
Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. There must be a joy somewhere.
Sorry to stop you in full flow. So Sopranos, pretty straightforward for you, isn't it? All the way through. Altos, just a tiny little change. I said it's the same harmonies as verse 1, but you just notice in verse 1 here, if I jump, you start on the F. Over my head. So you jump to verse 3. Oh, there it is. You're starting on the C now. Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. Other than that, you're along the same kind of lines. Okay. And of course, for everybody, we've now got the rhythm here at bar 49 is the same as that groovy rhythm in verse 2, but now with our harmony. So for altos, there must be a joy somewhere. Oh, 1, 2. There must be a joy somewhere. For tenors, there must be a joy somewhere. 1 and there must be a joy somewhere. And for basses, there must be a joy somewhere. 1, 2. There must be a joy somewhere. And you'll notice there we're kind of joining with Sopranos on the main tune as you reach bar 49. And then as you reach the final verse, same thing again, bar a little change, as I'll explain in a minute. And also, we're now upper tone, so we've been in F, and you'll hear very clearly in the accompaniment, over my, taking us up a tone there. And then the editor of this, the arranger, is put in our subtle little notice to watch out because it's different here. I hear music in the air. Over my head for sopranos, for altos, I hear music in the air. Over my head. For tenors, I hear music in the air. Over my head. You can enjoy yourselves there, tenors. Basses, I hear music in the air over my head. Okay. But other than that, so far, that should all be straightforward. At the very end then, we get this little tag idea where Sopranos have, there must be a joy, there must be a joy, there must be a joy somewhere. Okay. So notice first 2 times, down on joy, third time you can't contain yourself any longer and you go up. Must be a joy somewhere. And again we'll close on the Altos. There must be a joy. There must be a joy. There must be a joy somewhere. Basses. There must be a joy. There must be a joy. There must be a joy somewhere. Okay. The only people I've left out are the tenors. There must be a joy. There must be a joy. There must be a joy somewhere. Now for everybody, as you arrive at this final note, we're going to let that crescendo really grow through and to arrive at that rest. Joy somewhere. You could even go on music theatre on it and put a button on it. I don't know if I've ever come across that phrase before. But it's a kind of a what you might expect in some musicals of a certain genre. As you get to the very end, you're going to put your shirt button on the note. So it looks something like this. Must be a joy somewhere. Okay, that's the idea anyway. I'm sure you'll do it much better than I did. Right, let's try the 4th verse. Let me go back to the video version.
Hey there.
Everywhere over my head.
Okay, so we can join
I hear singing everywhere. There must be a joy somewhere.
Hold on.
Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear singing everywhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy. There must be a joy. There must be a joy somewhere.
The idea. Well done. Okay, great. So hopefully it all makes sense. Why don't we go right from the very beginning, right to the very end? We'll meet in the middle, and all will be well. Okay, so here we go.
Hey there. Get ready to clap on beat 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You ready?
Ready,
Yeah.
sing.
Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. over my head. I hear singing everywhere over my head. I hear singing everywhere over my head. I hear singing everywhere. There must be a joy somewhere over my head. I hear music in the air over my head. I hear singing everywhere over my head. I hear music in the air. There must be a joy. There must be a joy. There must be a joy somewhere.
Lovely. It's got such a great groove, isn't it? A really lovely feel to that. Excellent. So that's going to be great fun. So all the other resources that you might need are on the website there for you. I think I'd said Sunday, but that might be optimistic for us. So we'll be flexible with that. But yeah, I'll just leave it like that, shall I? A flexible Sunday, but you know, give yourself the time you need to do that. Okay, you ran to me. So you might remember from when we've looked at this previously. This is a song inspired by the Prodigal Son story. For a little while I used to call this the Prodigal Song, but I thought maybe that wouldn't work as a title. But anyway, so this was the Prodigal Song. And you'll notice here at the very beginning, sopranos and altos. I've written stamp, stamp, clap. Now I haven't written it in the dots here because when you come to record this, you'll notice that in your video, you'll have a video of me doing the stamp, stamp, clap with you to make that good and obvious. But sopranos and altos all the way through, whenever the tenors and basses have this oh thing, we're then sopranos and altos are then always going to do stamp, stamp, clap. And your stamp, stamp, clap sounds like this. Oh, it's just waking up. So that's all the way through this whole section. So all the time the gents have got oh, okay, they've got their little Elvis moment. You have stamp, stamp, clap. There's going to be a separate video request for those who might like to send a separate video of Haze. Now I don't want to make this too complicated, which is why I'm trying to do it in as few takes as possible. But you can hear here, at the same time as the stamp, stamp, clap, there is a hey, but I was trying it before and I found myself getting a little bit muddled, so I thought actually it's probably easiest if we do this separately, because the hey comes on the second stamp. So there'll be a separate video, a run-through video, with just the hays on, and then we can hey, or whatever, how we might like to do that. So it sounds like this. Hey! At those moments. Hey! But then not the fourth time. And then it's back again. Okay. So I won't explain that anymore for now, but hopefully that gives you a good idea. And there's the run-through videos of that. So I'd guide you towards you diving into those run-throughs, because it'll make most sense with those. So tenors and basses. At the very beginning, you have, in a lovely, solid, heavy kind of way, oh, 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 oh. It's sometimes tempting for the third note of each pattern to come early, but don't let it be. Better late than early here. Oh, 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 oh. Of course, better on time than late or early, but you know what I'm saying there. And then that repeats. So we get those 4 patterns twice. And then tenors and basses, while I'm with you, let's just carry on and have a look at the chorus then, which goes, and then you ran to me. So this is tenors for now. With arms outstretched, calling me home to you, you ran to me. Though I'm weak, you gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me. Okay. Basses. Let's have a look at your part here. Then you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me. Now, I'm sorry, basses. It's a bit mean, really. We've got this octave jump up to the C and then a diminuendo on it. So baritones, I'm sure you'll all be quite happy, but for our basses, you might find that might be more hard work. You ran to me. And so for those basses who are finding that top, the highest C, more hard work, I'd think about this forte and take that with a real pinch of salt. So we're not in our bass mode. You ran to me, but much rather really light touch at the bottom. You ran to me. So think about singing that little moment. You ran to, almost like you're a tenor. So you're in fifth gear already, all ready for that C. Okay. Altos. Then you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me. Okay. And finally, sopranos. Nobody here is on the tune, by the way. So sopranos. Then you, 1, 2. Then you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me. Okie dokie. Right, should we try that all together? Let me just get your guide tracks up so you can hear those. Okay, the stamping. Sorry, just reading the chat bar. Need to experiment with this. Don't think stamping will be audible on a carpet. No, don't worry. I'm much less worried about the audio of the stamps as the action of the stamp that makes sense. So it's the visual of it that's going to be the important part here. So don't worry too much about that. Will we need to record the stamp and the hay on the same recording? Good question. No. So hopefully I might mention. So we're going to do the stamps and the claps on one. And so sopranos and altos, I mean, you do the stamps and the claps, and then just sing, "Then you ran to me." And the hey we're going to do as a completely separate thing. And for those who want to throw in that video of a hey every now and then. So there'll be separate videos, and hopefully they'll be really clear once they go up, and you'll be able to see how I've got it planned out in my head. So hopefully that will make sense for you. Okay, so right, let's have a go then. So at the very beginning, as usual, you'll hear the introduction bit with the clap. And then you'll hear the strings coming in. And you get 2 bars of rhythm into basses.
Oh, there's tricky times. Oh, when all seemed dark. Oh, and I've been walking. Walking away from you. Oh, city lights. Oh, shiny things. Oh, it caught my eye. Oh, let me away from
Then
you.
tutty, 2, 3.
Then you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me.
Okay, so same thing applies. Stamps and claps.
Oh,
Stamp, stamp,
you
clap.
caught me home. Oh,
Stamp, stamp,
to be
clap.
with you. Oh,
Stamp, stamp,
you called me child.
Stamp,
Oh,
stamp.
at my return. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Oh, by your grace. Oh, I don't deserve. Oh, it's just wondrous gift.
Then all in and
Yet you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me.
okay, lovely, lovely. Let's just stop there for a moment. Okay, good. So hopefully that was all made sense. So it's pretty straightforward, isn't it, really? Because you get that repetition. So once you've learned one chorus, you'll learn them all. Now, when it comes to the ooh section here, as we did in the warm-up, really thinking about that lovely warm, round, rich ooh shape. Just let me get a piano sound back on again. Ooh. There's lots of repetition throughout all of this. And importantly, really, whichever part you're on, you'll notice the crescendo that's marked above here. We really want to warm up through, and it almost has a little kind of shiver in the middle as you drop down into the third bar. Okay. Tenors, you're on one note all the way through here. Got a very interesting part, tenors. Hope you like singing a C. But as you sing that C all the way through, even though it's not tied, do sing it as a tie. So without any repetition, any kind of repeating of the note. Ooh, rather than any restriking. Ooh, none of that. Just one long held note. Altos and basses, you're singing the same thing to start with. Ooh. Ooh. And you do that 3 times in total. And then we move to R's. So I'm jumping here now to bar 72, where sopranos have. Sopranos and altos, this is the only one that's really tricky, particularly tricky for you, going into the stamp, stamp, clap. Because you're almost going to bring yourself off with the R with your stamp. Does that make sense? So sopranos here. Okay, so that's the moment to cut yourself off. And you're going to keep that crescendo going all the way through to that stamp that follows in the next bar that you can't quite see. Of course, notice tenors and basses are coming off earlier, but we're going to make sure we go through over the top of the tenors and basses. Okay. Altos. Then your We Will Rock You moment for altos. Tenors. There's a bit of a change of gear for you there, tenors. And remember, as I will have said previously, no doubt, on the O's, tenors is very low there. So really don't worry. Don't try and force anything out there. Just keep it very low. Oh.
Just got a question.
Yes.
On which quarter does the first stamp start? Number 1, 2, 3. Where does it start?
For the stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. On beat 1. Yeah.
On beat 1. Okay, thanks. That helps me.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks, Melanie. So the stamp is arriving on beat 1. So stamp, stamp, clap. Just as crotchets, quarter beats. Stamp, stamp, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stamp, stamp, clap. I'll edit the music and actually put those stamps in for you for the run through tracks, and then it's a bit clearer exactly where it comes in some kind of percussive notation, so it is good and clear. But yeah, it's on beat 1. Thank you. Just leaves basses who have the same part as the altos. And that's where the stamps arrive. Okay. In this copy, just ignore those repeat bars. It's just kind of going to carry on. I'll make sure that's clear on the run through track. And then we're back to the chorus idea as we've had before. Okay. So let's just review this middle section with the oohs and the ahs. So sopranos. Ooh, alto, tenor, bass. It's going to goes a little bit going into this.
You gave this life new hope, you ran to me.
1, 2, 3.
When I felt so far from you, your arms stretched out with life anew. By your grace,
Warming.
chance. Stretch wide,
Broad vowel.
What once was lost, now is found. What once was empty,
Carrying on in the music, no repeat.
I had no voice, but now I sing. I had no tune, now it rises from within. For you ran to me.
Okay, lovely, good. I'm sorry to stop you while you're in full flow. Hope that all made sense. It looked like you knew what you were doing, so that's great. So bar 72, when we come to these R's, just an encouragement for the crescendo. Wants to be your very best. What's the technical term? A walloping crescendo, I think, through here. So it really, really grows. So the poco a poco you can take with a pinch of salt, and then really a lovely sharp swell during the R if you've got anywhere else left to go on the final R. Okay. All right. Why don't we try and put that all together? I'll put the lead part up a tiny bit in the mix, just so you can hear how that all fits together. So as I say, you'll hear the strings, which is just this pause bar here, kind of fades in. Then as soon as you hear the kind of main groove, that's bar 2. So you've got a bar and a half before you're in, gentlemen. One, two.
Those tricky times when all seemed dark, and I'd been walking away from you. City lights, shiny things, had caught my eye, pulling me away from you.
2, 3.
Then you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me.
Ready? And stand.
You called me home to be with you. You called me child, joyful at my return. I'm overwhelmed by your grace. I don't deserve this precious, wondrous gift. Yet you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me. When I felt so far from you, stretched out with life anew. By your grace gave me a chance. Your arms stretched wide upon the tree, now wrapped around the love for me. Your arms swung wide and love for me. What once was lost, now is found. What once was empty, is full and overflows. I had no voice, but now I sing. I had no tune, now it rises from within.
Sooty and
For you ran to me with arms outstretched, calling me home to you. You ran to me, though I'm weak. You gave this heart a home. You gave this life new hope. You ran to me.
Lovely, well done everyone, great. And so just to clarify, at the very end, you'll notice that there is a double bar line coming off, but you'll hear actually the track goes on for another bar of just being held. So you're off there with a little guitar, and you're off. Okay, wonderful stuff, excellent. Well, that's all sounding really really exciting. I can't wait to put that together. And so, of course, that's going to go on YouTube like usual, but also we'll pop it on Spotify and iTunes, and for people who want to stream and listen to it that way, then you can do too. So it's very exciting. Excellent stuff. Well, why don't we close today by sharing the grace together? And what I'll let me put I'll screen share it so we can all see the text. Here we are. But let's shall we unmute ourselves and we can say in our inimitable way the sharing of the grace. So the grace of
our Lord Jesus Christ,
the love of God,
and the love of God,
and the fellowship of the
Holy Spirit,
be with us all
evermore. Amen.
Amen.
wonderful. Well, thank you all so much, and I can't wait to see you all same place, same time next week. So we are back next week until mid-October. We'll keep with weekly rehearsals, and and I look forward to seeing those of you who can make it then. If not, I'll catch you on YouTube and catch up or whatever when you can. So thanks everyone. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Matt. Bye.